now let's look at long division. So here I've got the number 5,327 divided by 11. So I want to figure out how many 11s fit into each of these numbers up here. Okay, so let's start with the 5. How many 11s go into 5? None. 0. Alright, so now we're going to be moving this 5 and we're going to be looking at the number 53 instead. Okay? So how many 11s go into the number 53? I think 4. Because 11 4s are 44. So I'm going to write that underneath. Okay, but I want to find out. So I'm going to be taking 44 away from 53 and see if I've done that correctly. So 53 take away 44, that will give me 9. Alright, cool, so it is 4 because there's only 9 remainder. So 9's not enough to take another 11 out of. Perfect. So 11 goes into 53 4 times. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move down my next number. So this will become 92. So now I want to find out how many 11s go into 92. Well, it's not enough to be 9 because 9 11s would be 99, so it must be 8. So I'm going to put an 8 up here and I'm going to test that theory because 11 8s are 88 and I'm going to take that away from 92 and see how many are left over. So 92 take away 88 will give me 4. Alright, cool. So I was right, there's not enough left over to take another one out. Now I'm going to move down my 7 and this will become the number 47. Okay, now I'm going to intentionally make a mistake here and I'm going to show you what happens. Alright, so let's see, let's go with 3 times. If I think 11 goes into 47 3 times, okay, so I'm going to put a 3 up here and let's test that theory because 11 3s are 33. Let's take that away from 47. Okay, so 7 take away 3 is 4. So I'll have 14 remainder. So I know I've done something wrong because I actually have enough left over to be able to take out another 11 because 14 is actually higher than 11. So you know you're doing it right if you end up with remainders that are smaller than the number you're dividing by. If you get a remainder that's too big, it's bigger than the thing you're dividing by, you know you can actually take out more. So in actual fact, this is going to end up being a 4 instead of a 3. So let's try that bit again. So let's try 44 instead. So 47 take away 44 will give us 3 remainder. Oh, but I'm out of numbers to divide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a decimal place here and a decimal place here to show that I'm right out of numbers. Okay, but what I can do is I can put a 0 here. Alright? Because technically every number, every whole number has 0.0000 till the end of time after it. So now I'm going to bring down that 0 and I'm going to keep on going. And I'm going to stop at around 2 decimal places unless I run out of remainders. Okay, so now I've moved down my 0, so this becomes the number 30. So how many 11s fit inside 30? It's going to be 2, because 11 times 2 gives me 22. Let's see how many remainders we'll have. So 30 take away 22 gives me 8. Cool. Oh, I'm out of numbers again. I'm going to add on another 0. Let's bring it down. So this becomes 80. How many times can 11 fit into 80? It's going to go in 7 times because that'll be 77. Alright, and I will have 3 remainder. Ooh, okay, and you noticing a pattern here? So I'm going to put as another 0, bring down that 0, and I'll get 30. So this is just going to end up repeating. But we're going to stop there because I've got my 2 decimal places. And 2 decimal places is pretty much always a safe bet. But I know it's going to be repeating, so I'm going to put that up there to show that it's repeating, to show that they're repeating numbers. Okay, cool. Now let's have a go at this one using long division as well. Alright, so again, how many times does 13 go into 2? It doesn't. How many times does 13 go into 23 though? Well, it'll go in once. And let's test that theory and see if I'm right. So 23 take away 13 gives me 10. Cool, so 10 isn't enough to take out another 13, so I know I've done it right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down this next number. So now this will become 104. Okay, so how many 13s go into 104? It might take a bit of trial and error to figure this one out because I don't know my 13 times tables, do you? Okay, so I know 13 times 10 is going to be 130, so it'll have to be less than that. So let's try 8. Let's try 8. And I'm going to put it in green because I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so 13 times 8. 3 8s are 24. And then 8 ones are 8. 8 ones are 8 plus 2, so it's 104. Oh, okay, it's exactly 104. Cool. What a guess. So 104, take away 104 is 0. Okay, awesome. Alright, so now I've got no remainders and I'm going to bring down this 5. So how many 13s go into 5? 0. I'm going to change this to 8. Okay, none. No zeros go into 5. So I've run out of numbers, so I'm going to put a decimal place and a decimal place, and I'm going to put a 0 after it, and I'm going to bring that 0 down to turn this into 50. Okay, so how many 13s go into 50? Again, I'm just going to take a guess. I'm going to say maybe 3. Let's test this out. So 13 times 3. 3 3s are 9. 3 1s are 3. Let's give this a go. So if I say it's 3, 39, 50 take away 39 will give us 11. Ooh, it was 3. Man, I'm on the roll today. Okay, cool. So now I've got 11 left over. I'm out of numbers, so I'm going to put a 0. I'm going to bring that 0 down, and this will be 110. Now I know from before that it's going to be 8, because that's 104. Okay, so there's going to be 6 remainder, and then I could keep on going and keep on dragging down zeros, but the important thing to know with long division is that basically you test to see if you've got it right. So you're going to be writing the numbers down and taking it away to find out exactly how many remainders there are, and that way if you make a mistake, you can see where you went wrong. Sometimes you may have to do what I did up here if you don't know that particular lot of times tables. Like I didn't know my 13 times tables. I did the 13 times 8 over here, and then I was able to use that here. So long division does take quite a bit of work, but I think it's a much easier method to use if you're dividing by 2-digit numbers. Okay, well, thank you for watching.